Beefy dog, you have to behave. Okay, get down. Good girl. Nightshade Life is here. They said hello. Hello, Nightshade Life. Welcome. Vicky Durham said, hi, stabworthy, beautiful beefy dog. Hello. Beefy dog, how did you manage to get yourself twisted up like this already? How'd you do that? Oh, wait a minute. Uh-huh. I dropped. No wonder I couldn't find that thing. I dropped it. Alrighty. All right, beefy dog. Look, I think, yeah, you untwisted yourself somehow. Good job. Good job. You're doing very good, beefy dog. You're calm. You're not pulling on me yet. That's pretty good. There we go. Nightshade Life said, cute as always. Thank you very much. Give me 1 second. I need to what I'm about to do. Vicky said, hi, Nightshade. How's it going? Nightshade said, hi, Vicky. We're all saying hi to each other. Oh, we got 2 thumbs up. Beefy dog. You walk with me. Yeah, good job. Good job. Beefy dog. You walk with me. Beefy dog. All right. Beefy dog. Come on. Come on. With me. All right. Sniff that trash can. Okay. Sniff that grass. Nightshade Life said, what breed is she? Nobody knows. They found her on the streets. She's just a mix. The veterinarian said she's just a mix. So that's what is on her papers officially. Nightshade Life said, "Aw, beefy dog, you gotta walk with me, okay? Okay." Nightshade Life, you got any pets? Nightshade Life said she's biting her own leash. Yeah. All right, beefy dog, good girl. Kaylee said, "OMM." What's up? Welcome in. Good dog. Um, I'll grab one of these doggy bags. Actually, grab 2 of them. Oh, never mind. That's the last one. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put that one back. All right. Hey! Come on. Look what you did. Look what you did. dog is such a mess. She doesn't understand the concept of the leash. Like, she doesn't understand that we're attached from the neck right to my hand, and then she always like getting twisted up in it. BV dog. Here, here, beefy dog, come here. Yeah, thank you, beefy dog. Here, beefy dog. Kaylee, not. Wait a minute. Kaylee said OMM. Nightshade Life says, I have a leopard gecko. You want to sniff that tree? Okay, you want to sniff that patch of grass now? You just want to sniff everything? We're going to do a number 2 right here. Hooray. Good girl. All right, you guys, talk amongst yourselves because I'm going to put the phone down and pick this up. And we'll be right back. All right. Good thing you did a big one now, beefy dog. I don't have any more of these poop bags. Oh, yeah, that was a lot. That's a good amount. Oh, yeah. Get it. Okay, the bag just broke. Holy shit. Holy shit, the bag broke. Um, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, I guess what I'm gonna do is go grab another one. Go grab the other one. Come on. All right. Come on. Come on with me. Come on with me, you dirty dog. My goodness. You're disgusting. Your shit broke right through the shit bag. You know that, beefy dog? Your shit broke right through the shit bag. All right. Dirty Chef said, howdy, Stabworthy, and everyone. What's up, Dirty Chef? Hey, we got 3 thumbs up. Thanks, guys. So my dog took a giant dump, and then I tried to bag it up, and then the bag fucking broke, so I had to go grab another one. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again, beefy dog. She's quite proud of herself, honestly. Nightshade said, hello, Chef, nice profile picture. Did the bag break or did it melt? Dirty Chef wants to know. Yeah, it broke. Come on over here. Beefy dog, are you gonna drink some water? Look, there's the water. You thirsty, beefy dog? You drink some water. Don't worry about what's around the corner. It's nothing. It's probably nothing. Yeah, just as I suspected. It's nothing. All right? All right, beefy dog? Come on. Come on, drink some water. There it is. Good girl, you found it. Good girl. Okay, that's all she wants. You know what? I need some water. Richard Green CS said, "Hey, Stabworthy and Beefy Dog. Dirty Chef is trying to speak for my dog. She says, Daddy, I'm busy. Well, she doesn't call me Daddy, first of all. Weirdo. When I adopted this dog, she was 9. So technically, in dog years, she's like older than me. Well, maybe she was about 8 when I adopted her, but she's like 9 now. For sure. I had her for over a year. Let me see. Let me see. The ground's not even hot, Beefy Dog. Why are you running? You got no excuse. Um, Richard says, "Hello, Dirty Chef. Hi, Nightshade." I might be a little behind in the comments. Uh, Richard says, "How you doing today, buddy?" Nightshade said, "Good." Dirty Chef says, "Stabworthy. I totally forgot that my profile pic is Gemma Monster getting her kisses." Beefy Dog. At least you did it in the woods on the on the tree line instead of just out for everybody to step on. And look, you're not even kicking in the right direction. You must be so proud of yourself. Dirty Chef says, "How are you, Richard?" Richard says, "I'm watching from the comfort of my bed in Manchester." Nightshade said, "Do I have any Canada fellows?" Dirty Chef said, "Ooh, that looks like poison ivy." Really? I'm one of those rare like 10 to 15% of humans that does not affected by poison ivy. And poison ivy and poison oak and poison sumac, they're pretty much the same thing. They're not exactly the same thing, but they are related. They're like cousins. So like chances are if you're going to have like a bad reaction to one, you're going to have a bad reaction or the same reaction to all the others. And then it goes the other way too. Like odds are if I'm not affected by poison ivy, I'm not going to be affected by poison oak or poison sumac or anything else like that. So of all the medical problems that I got, that's one that I don't have to worry about. Of all the things that I'm like allergic to. I mean, and yeah, those poison plants, quote unquote, like that's just an allergic reaction. It's just because a lot of people are very highly allergic to it. That's why they have a bad reaction. Richard Green says, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Just having lunch before I go out and try break a leg skateboarding. Richard says, true. I prefer to leave him alone. Well, I never really learned what poison ivy or poison oak or poison sumac really looks like. Like, because I know I don't have to worry about it, so I just don't think about it. I never had to worry about that shit. Like, I should know. It's all over. Like, growing up, I feel like every single kid in school had it at one point. Like, there's enough of it around here, and poison sumac and poison oak. Like, we have all that shit. Um, yeah, growing up, like pretty much every kid in school had it. Like, I had come to school with that shit on their face or their arms or their hands at one point. And then I'm pretty sure in Boy Scouts we all had to like rub a little bit of it on our arms, like just like a little patch of it, just so we knew if we had to pay attention to poison ivy or not. And it didn't bother me. I didn't have a reaction. Everyone else did though. Richard Green says, I haven't found anything I'm allergic to, but I know what I shouldn't be touching. Yeah, exactly. Dirty Chef says, I thought I was too until I had to build a silt fence near poison ivy and I was ripping the roots up by hand. And I got it so bad I had to be on prednisone for 3 weeks to get rid of it. Dirty Chef. Well, maybe because you were ripping it up by the roots. Like maybe the roots are a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? Nightshade said, WTF is that Boy Scout treatment? Dirty Chef said 60 mgs for the first week, 30 mgs for the second, and then 20 mgs for the third week. Um, Nightshade Life. Have you ever heard of an allergy test? That's what it is. They get like a little dog hair and then they rub it on like a little tiny spot of your bod and then wait 20 minutes, come back in and check on you. And then they wait like another 20 minutes and come back in and check on you to see if you have like a delayed reaction. Speaking of delayed reaction, I just pulled a daddy long leg. He was like on my shoulder. I wonder how long he's been crawling all over me. He or she, I don't know. They're all daddies. They're all daddies to me. Um, Nightshade Life said, "Yeah, okay, yeah, that is an allergy." And then they'll do like a little dog hair on you, and then they'll do a little cat hair on you, and then they'll rub like some little plant matter on you to see if you're allergic to grass and shit. Like, and then by the end of the test, yeah, you would have like 15 to 30 dots depending on how many allergies you're getting tested for. It's not fun, but it's a thing. And then yeah, the person would have like a bunch of little tiny little blotches like in rows and columns. Beef dog, come on. I'm allergic also to like pistachios and yeah, dogs, certain like long haired dogs and cats, pistachios, and like grass and mold and trees, dust, all the good stuff. Dirty Chef said the roots are very high in the oil, and I had it so bad on my hands, I was getting blisters all over my arms and ears, and down there too. Probably because you grabbed the roots and then you were like touching your face and shit and stuff, right? Nightshade Life said, "Do you have any siblings?" Yes, I do. Why do you ask? Go girl, beefy dog. Hey, come on. Hi. Yo, chef. Um, sorry, I did that yesterday too. I put the phone in my pocket and then I accidentally banned somebody from my channel. You gotta stay with me, beefy dog. Nightshade said, "Glad that was not me." Nightshade said, "I have one sister, and she has taken out 4 of my teeth." Come on, beef dog. Hey, come on, beefy dog. Here, beefy dog. Here, beefy dog. Come on, you gotta walk with me. Nice try. You gotta do better. Okay. Beefy dog. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here. Yo, I was muted. Thanks for letting me know, Nightshade. Um, Richard said he doesn't speak to his family in since 6 years, 18 years for his oldest brother. Nightshade said his little sister whacked him in the face and a tooth came out. Um, Whacked him with a large stick, but she was only 2 years old. Thank you. Richard says, I will be doing trivia later today. Stabworthy, what do you think I should do? I have celebrity trivia, music, or film and TV. Okay, celebrity trivia, is that like, hey, Tom Cruise was in how many six Mission Impossible movies? Or was that like, hey, Tom Cruise has been married how many times? Like, is it their personal lives or is it like historical facts that like people actually should care about? Like, like which actors didn't come back for the second Jurassic Park movie? Like, that's the type of shit I could handle, but not like how many times has Steven Spielberg been to the island? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't care about their personal lives. Um, Dirty Chef, that's crazy that you lost a tooth. How old were you, by the way? Your little sister was two. Rebellion Ant said, "Hey everyone." Richard Green said, "Hey Kimberly." Dirty Chef said, "It was a crazy night, Richard. I received 78 stitches behind this attack." Richard Green said, "I'm muted. Am I still muted?" Dirty Chef says, I have a big sister and a big brother, but the brother isn't family anymore. He tried to kill me in 2010. Dirty Chef, sorry that I muted you by accident, or I banned you or whatever. I hit you by accident. That was an accident. Crazy night. I received 78 stitches. He stabbed me twice in the chest, almost stabbed me in the eye, but it hit my orbital bone, slashed my upper arm and forehead, and karate chopped the top of my head. Holy shit, dude. All right, the sound is back on. It's celebrity quiz, like what movie they played or who was the actor who played a certain character. Okay, that's I can handle that. I was worried when you said celebrity trivia. Is it like, who's Kim Kardashian's current boyfriend? Like that type of shit. Ugh. Dirty Chef said it's all good, Stabworthy. Rebellion Ant said I have two big sisters and a little sister who I'm very close to. All three of them, or just the little one? Richard says, "OMG, Dirty Chef. I'm sorry you had to go through that ordeal, and I'm glad you're still here with us." Yeah, that's fucking insane. I remember, like, I was gonna tell this story the last time that we were talking about this, Dirty Chef. We were talking about how many times you got stabbed. I like my brother and me. We're very close in age. We are. I mean, not were, but we are, and um, we're very close in age, like a year apart. So it was like we were like more like twins. Like we all hit the same like stages of life pretty much at the same time. And not to mention our other, we do have another brother who also is. He's he's his birthday is in between ours. Actually, we're all 39 right now. We're all 39 because my little brothers had their birthday and mine is coming up in 2 weeks. We're always the same age for like 2.5 weeks every year. What was I saying? Dirty Chef said they told me it was if it hit any harder on the head, I would have gone through my skull. Holy shit! Richard says I got kidnapped one time when I used to sell coke for someone who was stabbed in the arm and in the leg, and also sliced up my stomach and beaten up with a weight bar. Holy shit! Carrie Jordan R7 is here. She said, "OMG, did you call the police, Dirty Chef?" Wow, Carrie Jordan R7. You're not even gonna say hi. You're not even gonna say hi to us. Um, Dirty Chef said, "Thankfully, he hit the ribs when he stabbed me and didn't go through." Richard says, "Dirty Chef, I almost died when I was 13. I got hit in the head with a golf ball, and I was in a coma for 3.5 weeks, and I have slight brain damage from it." Dirty Chef said his dad called the police. Okay. Oh yeah, because it was a family fight. I keep forgetting that. Holy shit. Oh yeah, that was my story I was getting to. Me and my brother. So we used to fuck each other up because I was like bigger. I'm less than a year older than him, but I was like bigger. I always was, and taller. He didn't. The only reason he's taller than me now is because I broke my back 4 times, so I'm shorter than I used to be. But I remember when we used to fuck each other up all the time, and then mom would just say like, take it outside. Like she wouldn't even tell us to stop. At one point, she got sick of telling us to stop. So when we were about like 8 or 9, somewhere in that age range, she would just like tell us to take it outside, and probably some stuff of hers got broken. And then but yes, there was one point where nobody was home, and we were just like chasing each other around the house, and then he ran into the kitchen, and then by the time my little brother ran into the kitchen, and then by the time I had like got down the hallway and turned the corner, he had like a giant knife in his hands, a giant one, like long and also thick, like a big thick knife, like a chopping knife. And for some reason, he was shirtless too. I remember that detail. like, like I think he took his shirt off and grabbed the knife, like, or maybe maybe I took his shirt. I have no idea. But yeah, I remember turning the corner in the kitchen and he was holding a knife and he was shirtless and so he just looked like a really like a real crazy person. um, and that was when I kind of just stopped all that. I stopped chasing him around the house like that. And I gave up. We were at the time we were like 13 and 14, and I was just like, damn, he pulled a knife on me. Like he's real upset. I'm gonna stop. It was a little bit because I was scared of him, but most of it was because I was just like, holy shit, like he was so upset that he's pulled a knife on me. That's what I said. I was like, dude, Chubbs, you just pulled a knife on me, dude. We're, are we gonna kick it up a notch? Like, are we really doing this? I quit. I don't think he would have stabbed me, but I feel like if he had turned the corner and I was holding a knife, he probably would have thought that I would stab him. I think he was just holding it maybe in self defense or like as a threat. I don't really think he would like charge me and stab me like that. Carrie Jordan says, "Good morning, stabworthy and pretty beefy dog." Thank you, Carrie Jordan. Rebellion Ant says, "How are you?" And by the way, my name is Kimberly. All right. Good luck trying to remember Kimberly. There's a bajillion Kimberlys on YouTube, but only one Rebellion Ant 2283. Richard says, "LOL, I bet you shit your pants." A little bit. A little bit. Like for the first couple seconds, it was genuine fear in my eyes, I'm sure. Yeah, we got 8 thumbs up. Speaking of genuine fear, we got 8 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Beefy dog, here. Come here. Here. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Rebellion Ant says I split my pants once, maybe. Oh, did you guys hear that? She split her pants once, maybe. Me and my brothers, we were always close. We're so close. I guess I'm lucky in that way. But I do remember my dad always saying that, like, you know, that we need to have each other's backs and that like we need to be able to count on each other and stuff like that. My dad was like real big into that and like saying like, hey, you guys are family, so as mad that you are at each other right now, like, you know, you'll forget about that someday and you're gonna still love each other. Dad really like pounded that into us, and then also, our older sister, obviously, but he would say like, especially like you and your brothers, you guys gotta always be there for each other and yada yada. I don't really think he parented my sister very much, honestly. I think he just let my mom handle that. Richard says, "LOL, Kimberly, how did you do? What made you do that? Yeah, how did you split your pants?" She said, "I was on a field trip and I got off the bus and my pants split." Dirty Chef says, "I almost needed a blood transfusion the night I was attacked. They couldn't get the slash in my forehead to stop bleeding." Damn, dude, that's terrifying. And then Grandpa on my mom's side, he was another one because he grew up with a whole bunch of brothers. He was the youngest out of like 6 kids, and Grandpa grew up with a bunch of siblings. So he always really stressed that just like family is more important than anything else. Family is the most important thing. Like you got to be good to each other. Like we have to be able to trust each other and be good to each other. And then I don't know, man. When I was in my like mid to late 20s, I guess. Yeah, late 20s. When I was in my late 20s, my parents got divorced. So I don't know. Whatever my dad said about like being there for your family and stuff, I kind of went out the door. We used to be a band, my family. The band broke up. Rebellion Ant said, "I have to do laundry today." Shoot, I don't want to. Do you really have to? I don't know about that. I don't think there's a law saying that Rebellion Ant has to do laundry today. I don't think there's a law. You got options. Hi, beefy dog. Dirty Chef said, "I still want to work the next morning. My general manager didn't believe me when I called him, and that pissed me off. So I went into work and opened the kitchen with gauze wrapped around my head." Damn, dude. So that brother of yours that stabbed the shit out of you, he's in jail, right? Like removed from society. I hope. It's not really any of my business, but it would make me feel safer on the streets of USA if I knew that guy was not roaming around and with the rest of us. BV dog, come on. Dirty Chef said I made it to 11 when the Percocet wore off, and he told me, "You made your point. Go home." Damn. Waited till 11 to tell you to go home? What an asshole. Yo, your boss sucks. That guy sucks. I hope he's not your boss anymore. He's out now, but he got his karma. He's out of prison, but he got his karma. I still don't feel safe with him being out of prison. Richard said, "Man, that does suck." Sure does. We got 9 thumbs up. It doesn't suck. It's pretty awesome, actually. We got 9 thumbs, you guys. I feel kind of itchy right now. I think it might be this breast cancer awareness lanyard. Maybe. Maybe it's from the lanyard around my neck. I'm not sure. I feel itchy around my neck. So I'm going to take this opportunity right now to give a shout out to Miss Daisy May 35 and Gravity Core Fitness and Learning English Pro and the Pity and Kitty Committee. Go check them out, you guys. Just a few of my favorite live streamers. Also, Richard Green is going to do trivia today. He does trivia like a couple times a week. At least once a week he does. Richard Green CS. Dirty Chef also does videos of himself chefing. Dirty Chef said, Grandma gave her house and money to my dad. He sold it to a flipper last year and bought a big camper and a truck. And he also has a meth addiction. And he's stuck in a park with no money now. Wait, Grandma gave brother the house and all the money. He sold it to a flipper. That's what okay. That's his karma. He wasted his own money. That's not karma, dude. That's not karma for him stabbing you in the fucking face and the torso and the arms and shit. Dirty Chef said that manager was a shit bag. Sorry, an old lady just walked by. I didn't want to say shit bag. The manager was a shit bag. Don't work for him. Richard says, why would she give it to him? He's a low life scumbag. Yeah. Yep. Oh, you peed on it. Good girl. Yeah, I would be really angry at grandma if my brother did that to me and then she gave him a house. What the fuck? What the fuck, grandma? Why don't grandma give you a house? Dirty Chef said he's gonna be homeless soon. That's not karma. Not like for justice would be him getting stabbed in the face in prison. Dirty Chef said Richard, he was always the favorite. Wow. Wow, dude. The one that stabbed you was the favorite. I wouldn't talk to anybody in my family after that. Holy shit. Richard says, why would he be the favorite? Does she like bad boys? Dirty Chef says, my dad had to get a lawyer just to get the case out of litigation to give him the money. What does that mean? Sparkle says, I came in to fuck grandma. Well, good morning, gentlemen. Yes, you're here with the boys. Beefy Dog and the boys on Sunday morning. This is our church. Dirty Chef is talking about how he got stabbed. One of his many stories of how he got stabbed. It's by his own family member this time. Sparkle, you're right on time. Got all these animals in my chat room. It's about time a moderator shows up. Sparkle said, OMG, that story is insane. That brother deserves everything that comes to him. No, he doesn't. He got a lot of shit that he didn't deserve. He actually got a lot of stuff that he didn't deserve. He got stuff that came to him that he did not deserve. Good things. A free fucking house. Whatever comes to him now? No, I disagree. I totally disagree. Not whatever comes to him now. Like the bad things that come to him now. That's what he deserves. He deserves all the bad things, not just any old thing. Dirty Chef says they fought the case because it was supposed to go to dad, but she left it to my brother, and they were like, no. Well, wait a minute. If she left it to your brother, then it was supposed to go to your brother. Like, just because somebody dies doesn't mean that their kids automatically get everything. That's like if you have no living will, then it goes to your family, like in a specific order. Um, but like, if you said the house, if she left the house to your brother, then yeah, if it was supposed to go to brother. Richard says, "You mean put him in a grave?" Yeah, put him in a grave. So, like, how could your dad legally fight against that if it was in the will that it goes to brother? This is some juicy gossip right here. I'll say that much. Dirty Chef said, "My brother is getting every bad thing now. No friends, no income, no money, and a serious drug addiction." Sparkle said, "You can contest a will, but I don't know how they decide to override the person's wishes." Richard said, "That's not a bad thing. That's a life choice. No friends, no income, no money. Could be a life choice. Sounds like it's the result of bad life choices, but also drug addiction is not a choice. Nobody does drugs the first time thinking to themselves, wow, I hope I like ruin my whole fucking life." They just try it one time and they'll be like, "Ooh, this will be fun." And then their brain says to them, "Yeah, that was fun. Do you have to do it again?" Um, when it comes to like opiates and stuff, like painkillers, that's a different thing. That's like usually people start that addiction at the doctor's office, unfortunately. Sparkle said he burned all his bridges. Dirty Chef says he had to pay a lawyer just to get it given to brother. All right, this story is starting to make even less sense to me now. I feel like there's key ingredients to this story that are missing. Sparkle said, usually you already feel like your life is ruined when you start the drugs. LOL. No, no, that's something the DARE program taught you. Richard Green said, if I was dad, I would have not paid no lawyer. I would rather the money go to the banks. I mean, let's not rub it in the face of Dirty Chef and say like, oh, if I was your family, I would do this. I would be better to you. Let's try not to rub it in that his family sucks. Of course, we're all thinking it. Oh, I would have done this, and I would have acted this way towards your brother, or I would have done this with grandma's money. Duh, duh. It's a sad story. That's why he's telling us. It's a crazy fucking story. Of course, you would have done things differently. Sparkle said, "You don't think people need a reason to start or try drugs? I feel like they usually have a trigger. Not always, though. Sometimes, I mean, a lot of times it's just kids wanting to have fun. Like seriously, if somebody starts doing drugs in their 30s, yeah, their life probably is shit. You're right. If someone just starts doing meth in their late 30s or 40s, like fucking Walter White, yeah, his life was already ruined. Yeah. Richard Green said, "Well, putting it that way, a laughing face." Dirty Chef says, "Not my family, just my brother that sucks, and grandma. Grandma can go kick rocks. I know you said she's already dead, but I'm real mad about that." Um, Sparkle said it could be as simple as low self esteem. Richard says, "Not me. I use cocaine and Millie Molly for recreational use." Yeah, that Millie Molly. Woo! Dirty Chef says, "My dad is leaving his house to me because I deserve it. And he wants me to keep it." That's a good reason. I don't know about deserve. The Millie Molly. Okay, raise everybody. Raise my hand if you ever did Millie Molly. Um, Richard says that's good to know, Dirty Chef. And then Sparkle said, "Good to know. Are you gonna go live with him, Richard?" Dude, that's exactly my first thought too. Good to know. Like, hey, we're gonna come over and have a party when you get that house. I'm gonna stay over tonight and for 2 weeks straight. Beefy dog, come here. Good girl. My good girl. It's pretty nice out, you guys. It's like the perfect temperature. It's a little bit breezy, but not like windy. Um, I'm in the shade right now. It's pretty awesome. Richard said, "LOL, Sparkle. Now I just smoke weed." Dirty Chef says, "My sister's cool with it. She's a midwife and she bought a beautiful house in the mountains of Tennessee." Come on this way. Here. Here. Richard says, sorry I have to cut it short, but I have to go meet a friend and do some skateboarding. And then trivia on his channel. Go watch him later. Take care, Stabworthy and Beefy Dog. Thank you, Richard Green CS. Thank you very much. Rebellion Ant said, hey, Lisa. And bye, Richard. They're all saying bye and hi to each other. Dirty Chef said, Richard, I don't smoke anymore, but you're welcome to come and smoke. Oh, but we're not. Only Richard is welcome to come. You're just saying that because he lives in England. It's like it's like when you invite someone to your wedding in India a week before. It's like you just want a present. You're not expecting them to show up. Richard said, thanks, Dirty Chef. A Rebellion Ant said, how are you? Richard said, have a wonderful day, everyone. Dirty Chef says, I got to go to fill out my 401k payout for my old job. Everyone is welcome to come. Hooray! We were going to come whether we're welcome or not, though. Are you from Texas? I'm trying to remember where you even live. Dirty Chef said, I'll smoke a brisket for everyone. Ooh, is he from Texas? Speaking of smoking briskets, oh, Virginia. Oh, that's close. That's much closer than I thought. I have family in they live on the border of Virginia and Tennessee. So yeah, I've made that drive more than a few times. Sparkles said, Virginia, LOL. Road trip. Kayak party at Dirty Chef's house. Tommy Brick said hello there with a hand wave. He also did the button that said hi with a hand wave on it. He did a double hi hand wave. He said hi, Beefy Dog, with a hand wave. Hi, Beefy Dog. Rebellion Ant said, yay. Rebellion Ant said, hey, Beefy Dog. That's right. Do you guys want to hear a really cute story? Who wants to hear a really cute story? It's a Beefy Dog story. Actually, I thought Deb was gonna show up today. Excuse me, Miss Dalton. I'm gonna probably text her this story because it's a really cute Beefy Dog story. Dirty Chef says I got 4 kayaks, but it's a bring your own paddles party because I only have 2 sets of paddles. Damn, dude, you have enough money for 4 kayaks, but you don't have enough money for 4 paddles. Come on. By the way, bring your own paddle party means something different in New Jersey. I just like to throw that out there. Sparkle said, be right back. Husband brought breakfast. Dirty Chef said those paddles were gifted to me. Oh, the kayaks, excuse me. The kayaks were gifted. I see. Rebellion Ant said, okay. Damn, I forgot to Google this. Why does my dog do this? Why did she do this like at the end of our walks? When we're not walking anymore, we're just resting, she'll start doing this. And this just started happening recently too. She wasn't always like this. I've had her for a year and a half, and she just started doing this like a month ago. Yo, we got 12 thumbs. Beefy Dog, you got 12 thumbs. Look at this dog right here. Sit. Good dog. Good dog. Yeah, we're just gonna sit together. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, you want to lay down? That's okay. You can lay down. She was about to lay down, but then she changed her mind. Dirty Chef says, one is a fold-out kayak, so we will draw straws to see who gets the floppy kayak. No, I want the floppy kayak. Rebellion Ant said she's rolling around in something. Yeah, yeah, but like, why did she just start doing that within the last month? She never did that at any other park. And I just started taking her here like 2 months ago, but even I still take her to our other parks, like our favorite places to go, and she only does it like she started doing it there too. Like she's just been doing it recently, and we don't come here every day. When we go somewhere else, she started doing the flop around at other parks too. Good girl, beefy dog. Good girl. You're doing so good, beefy dog. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. No. 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 That's being. Sit back down. Good girl. Good girl. Thank you. All right. Walk with me now. With me. Good girl. Good dog. Good dog. Good girl, beefy dog. Good girl. Come over here. Yo, Topski is here. Mountaintop Skies said, "Good day, Stabworthy." Oh yeah, I forgot you're Australian. Rebellion Ant said, "Hey, Mountain." Dirty Chef says, "LOL." When I was a kid, we took Mr. Jones to the beach across the river. Someone dumped a dead cow, and Jonesy found it and rolled in it, and he was covered in maggots and smelled horrible. Yo, it's amazing. Rebellion Ant said, "Ew." Dirty Chef said he was proud of himself. Yes, of course. Mountaintop Sky said Rebellion, and Hey Rebellion and Hey Chef, and Dirty Chef said Hey Mountain. What are you guys all saying hello to each other, being friendly? I love it. So does anyone hear? Does anybody want to hear a cute story? Should I hold on to it? Wait for me. Wait for Miss Deborah Dalton to come in the chat room. Sometimes if I talk about her, she shows up. Um, Miss Deborah Dalton, one of my most loyal viewers. She was the previous owner of Beefy Dog. She had Beefy Dog for like 7 years. last year. Couldn't keep her anymore. And then I said I adopted her. Dirty Chef says Mountain is part of my channel too, Stabworthy. Oh yeah, you view skies, um, mountaintop skies. You view the Dirty Chef channel. Dirty Chef, is that what you mean? Is Mountaintop Skies a member? I know Mountaintop Sky from uh, definitely from Dad and Son Do It All, and then also uh, Old Guy Hustle. Old Guy Hustle. The both of us frequent uh, those two channels. Mountaintop Sky said, "Yep, kayak sunsets and lettuce chopping." Dirty Chef says, "We are all here building a community, stab worthy." I feel like for almost every chat room that I go in, like there's somebody I know from being a viewer on somebody else's channel or on my channel. It's kind of weird because like listen, I do be trolling sometimes. Sometimes I go into a channel that I've never been there before, and I say some weird shit just because I if I especially if I notice that the person likes reading the comments out loud, I'll be like, "Ooh, can I get him to say this out loud?" um, but now I'm like paranoid. Like I got to be careful, like because somebody could always be lurking, and then they'll be like, "Yo, Stabworthy, I saw you say that weird stuff. I saw it." Anytime I see a channel that's like mine, like no face, just a dog, I call that dog YouTube. And if I if I run across somebody else's channel that's dog YouTube, I automatically hit that button. I'll follow anybody that's got walking their dog or just playing with their dog on screen. And like dad and son do it all was like that because when I first started watching, it was like them in the yard with the dog, like almost every time. Um, but I don't I don't know. Something happened. Like the kid got busier. He's like the kid's like doing more shit now, so their streams are not as many backyard live streams with just the dog on the screen. Not as many as we used to get. Mountaintop Sky said, "Old guy hustled, dirty chef, Willie's hangout." Okay, I don't know Willie's hangout. Sonal Nature and Miss Daisy May 35. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have seen you in the Sonal channel. I don't remember seeing you in the Daisy channel. um, that's pretty cool. Topsky, do you do content? I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to you. I might not be, but I'm pretty sure I am. Cabin Creek Living. I run into a lot of people too. Yeah, I feel like 4 out of 10 times if I see somebody that I recognize in another channel, it's this person named Stoned Sloth. Like just for some reason, Stoned Sloth, um, Stone Sloth keeps calling me out. She's the one that would be like, "Yo, Stabworthy, what's up?" Like after I just said something really weird. And I'll be like, "Oh shit, Stone Sloth, there you are." Yo, Mountaintop Sky said Stone Sloth is everywhere. Jesus fucking Christ. uh, they also said, "I do mostly shorts, but I'm putting together a video for later today." All right, everyone, check out Mountaintop Skies' video later. Yeah, you guys know Stone Sloth? She comes in my channel sometimes, but more often than not, it's in some other channel that I've never ever been to. But yeah, she's there. And also, she like generally doesn't talk a lot, so I wouldn't find out that she's there until after I already started talking to the in the chat room. And like I don't join like when I'm scrolling around, I don't like I don't go back in the chat to see if I missed anything or to figure out what they're talking about. I just show up and I start talking. And then yeah, more often than not, Stone Sloth is there and I'm just like I scroll up a little bit and I'm like, damn, she was here before me. Like Sophia Loden. Is that pronounced Loden? Am I pronouncing that right? Welcome into the room. Watching from the UK. It's good to have you here. I'm Stabworthy. This is Beefy Dog. Hi, Beefy Dog. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Beefy Dog. Hmm. Um. So I was watching this live stream earlier today, and this lady was complaining about how she like can't find a man, and she thinks that men are intimidated by women with money, and she says she thinks that a guy won't date her because she has money, and and oh, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, she's too smart. That was her other second reason. Hey, we got 13 thumbs. Beefy Dog, you got 13 thumbs up. You got 13 thumbs. Way to go. What do you guys think about that? Also, let me know if you're a woman or a man expressing that your opinion. What do you think about that? Would you date a lady that is smarter than you and has money? And what else did she say? Oh yeah, she said that she's not high maintenance, but that like guys think she is. And then I actually I had to say something. I was like, who cares? If you're single and you're like quote unquote maintaining yourself already, like who cares? Who cares if you're high maintenance if you just like take care of your shit? Like, why would anybody care about that? You know? Mountaintop Sky says it depends on if she's condescending about it. Well, I'm getting to that. She was talking about how like men are losers, right? And I was thinking like, okay, well, if she's smart and rich, of course she's gonna think like everybody else is a loser. She has a trust fund too. That's it. She's like, I have a trust fund. I don't need your money. And then I was just like, first of all, a woman who has her own money, that's like the greatest thing in the world to me. Like I know she doesn't want me for my fucking money because I don't have any money. Second of all, a woman that's smarter than me, like for like I fucking hope so. One of us should be smart in this relationship. Like I want also that's like super attractive to me. A woman that's smart and has money. That's a plus, but that's not what makes somebody attractive. That's just a perk. That's a really nice perk. Like that yeah, if a woman has a trust fund, oh my god, yeah, I could relax. I could just relax. Dishy, oh my god, you're like 5 minutes too late. I want to talk to you about this now. Really? Aunt said Cabin Creek thinks I'm hitting on everyone, right, Mountain? Oh my goodness. Mountaintop said, my wife is smarter and earns more. She just lets me think we're equal, so I consider it a win. um, yo, Dishy, I ran into this woman who said that like guys won't guys won't date her because she's like number one because she has her own money. That was like her first reason. Like she has a trust fund. She doesn't need no man or his money, right? And then also she said that like men don't want a woman who's smart or smarter than them. And I think I got a bunch of guys in my room. Plus Rebellion Ant is here, but Rebellion Ant doesn't hasn't weighed in on this situation. I thought she left, honestly. Welcome back in, Rebellion Ant. Dishy, so good to have you. Thanks for being here. Okay, so yeah, she kept saying she also kept saying that like all guys are losers. And then I was like, well, yeah, because you have money and you're smart. So of course like you're gonna think everyone else is like broken dumb. Like with that perspective of her like always growing up having daddy's money, and then also like if she's always been like a smart one, yeah, of course you're gonna think every guy is like a loser. And then yeah, I had to step in. I was like, yo, a woman that has money and is smarter than me, like, hell yeah. The last thing I want is to like be the source of our income because I don't have any money. I don't have money. I'm disabled. Um, but also, when I did have money, I just felt like a lot of times I was paying to have a girlfriend. Like I had to buy them dinner, buy them cigarettes. But I did those things out of the kindness of my heart. But I also felt like, well, what if I couldn't do these things? Also, guys, get flowers for your girlfriend like every other week, or like they're really not even expensive. It's like $7. It's like $7 for like a regular size bouquet of flowers. It's not even expensive. Yeah, we got 14 thumbs. Thanks, everybody. Come on. Come on. Stop bothering these people. Come on. Okay. Mountaintop Sky says go for a walk and pick flowers from people's yards. Yeah, I don't think you should be doing that, guys. You probably shouldn't be doing that. At least don't get caught doing that. Just spend the money. It's cheap. Dishy says, I think that's an old way of thinking. The man does not have to be better than you. I think a woman who is financially independent and stable is great, and you should not need your partner. You should love and want them. Um. Well, she also kept saying that like no man has ever approached her. Like all the men are like cowardly. They won't ask her out on a date or ask her for a number or anything. She did say that. What else? Oh, the thing that like really kicks me was when she's like, I don't do the dating apps because I refuse to meet a man online and I don't want to meet a man in a bar. That when she said that, I was like, you don't even go outside. I was like, you're inside YouTubing right now. You got to go outside and meet people. You're not going to meet them in a bar. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Go to church? Pretty sure that chick is an atheist. Just hang out at the grocery store all day or just like go bowling alone and then pray that there's some single men in the bowling alley. Sparkle sent him back. Sparkle said, hey, Mountain. Dishy said, that's just my opinion, I guess. I don't know. I fear you have to step outside to meet someone. I mean, more than half of the marriages in USA start online. That's a fact. But I mean, wait 15 years and it'll be like, oh yeah, 95% of the divorced couples met online. Some bullshit like that, you know? Like, I don't know, just the fact that like more people meet online and get married than anywhere else. That's for now. That's for now. Let's check in on these couples in 10 or 15 years. Sparkle said all the men are at Home Depot. Sparkle said, who are you talking about? I don't see this in the conversation. No, I brought up this lady that I saw when I was scrolling through YouTube. And she said a man has never approached her or talked to her for a date ever. And because they're all scared. But she also won't talk to a man or approach them for a date either. And then what else? She won't meet a man online or in a bar. So, but she's on YouTube live streaming. I'm like, if you're not gonna meet a guy online, why are you online? Go outside and meet a man. But then she also was like, I've never talked to a man. There's no real men anymore. And then I was like, oh god, this lady is just hating on men. And then she like started talking about how all the women are awful too. And I was like, oh, she just hates everybody. No, Sparkle, what are they scared of? She said she has her own money and she's smart, and men don't like that. Those were like her two big things. So that's the reason she thinks that she can't catch a date. She thinks that she's too smart, and it's because she has her own money. Sounds like she doesn't like people at all. She needs a cat. Also, yo, somebody in the chat room told her to get a pet, and she was like, "No, I hate having the hairs all over the place." And I was just like, "Get a lizard or a fish or something." She was talking about how all the ladies are trailer trash too, and I was like, "Oh, gosh, she just hates everybody." I love her. And then at first I thought she was like a conspiracy theorist, like flat earther type, but then, and also I just kind of assumed she was MAGA too, but then, but she's not. She's not. She's like super progressive and liberal. And then also, Yeah, I thought she was gonna be like a flat Earth type, and then she did say that she was like supposedly the moon landing was fake. That's what she said, and then I said like the Russians went to the moon after us, and they were like they were our opponent, they were our opposition, and they admitted that we were there first, that they found our moon landing site and shit. Like, why would the Russians admit that? Why would they say that if it wasn't true? It would make like if anything, they would have lied and said that we didn't land on the moon, but they actually admitted it. And also China too. That same thing, China, but that happened more recently. Like, yeah, Russia. The Russians were trying to beat us to the moon. They would not admit defeat if they weren't really defeated. And then she was like, okay, she understood and she took that. So like she is willing to listen to reason. I think I love her. she's she's not a conspiracy theorist. She's like on the verge of it though. She's just like super woke. She's awesome. And she hates everybody. Sparkle said ask her out. Yo, well she refuses to meet a man online, number one, and or in a bar, number two. So it's too late. I already met her online. I can't go ask her out. She was like she said like no man wants to talk to me, and I was like literally the only reason I'm not talking to you is because I live in New Jersey. Or I don't. um Dishy says go to some meetups that are about something that you love, like a community jam session or something, or like those car meetups where everyone has their souped up cars. They'll just let anybody show up, or get a motorcycle and do that. Don't do that. Bikers are usually methed out and crazy. Sparkle said, "Oh wow, they're all scared of what? LMAO. Is she too pretty, dude?" I even said to her like, "Well, if you won't talk to the men, is that because you're scared too? You're a coward too?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm cowardly." And then Dishy said, "Or dot dot dot, go gay." Dishy, I was thinking that too when she was trash talking the men. I almost typed it in. I was like, "Yo, have you tried like eating some pussy? Like you might love it." Um, but she said it. She said it before I could. She was like, "I don't need a man dot 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 or a woman. I don't need. It's not that. I just." She's just like, "I just hate men and also women." And I'm not like she like clarified because I feel like she people have called her out on that before. Sparkle said a fish might be better. It doesn't need affection. Yeah, yeah. I told her to get like a lizard or a fish or something that doesn't have hairs. I don't. I was gonna say bird too, but a bird would be too much for her to handle. Birds do need some type of affection. She said, "Oh my goodness, LMAO. She just isn't happy, bro." What? Sparkle said, "I love her." LOL. Oh no, LOL. She said, "OMG, worthy." She's crying. She hates everyone equally. Go ask her out, dude. I told you, it's too late. I already met her on the internet. She said, "Ha ha ha. Maybe you can fix her." Tell her to meet you at Home Depot. No, she lives on the West Coast. She said, "Don't listen to me, please." Sparkle said, "Dishy, lol, good. I love the fix him energy. I can fix her." I was thinking like maybe she just needs to get laid. I don't have the guts to say that to her though. I'm gonna maybe show up in the chat room a few more times. before I say that. Or, but no, she said like she never had her heart broken. She never had a boyfriend or went out on a date because no man will talk to her. Like no man will bring it up. And after a while of this, I'm thinking like maybe because you're unapproachable, lady. Or maybe like once they do get to know you, like if you're like coworkers or whatever, I don't know where she expects to meet these people, but like maybe if it's like somebody she already knows, then yeah, maybe there's a reason they don't ask you out on a date. Somebody that knows her and like knows that she doesn't have a boyfriend, you know. Dishy says, I've fed my friend's gecko before. You truly need to love them because picking up a cricket from a smelly little box of crickets to feed them is an act of love. Sparkle said, OMG, I couldn't do the crickets. I thought you could just dump them in. I guess if it's only one at a time, you can't dump one at a time. Couldn't you grab it with a pair of chopsticks or something? Dishy said, coworkers, no. Ha 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 ha. That's what she said. Yeah, no, I don't feel like she did say that she worked in the past, even though she's a trust fund baby. And then what was I gonna say? Somebody somebody said in the chat room, like, what about your daddy who set up your trust fund? Is he not a man? And then she must have missed that one, I guess. I don't know. She never answered that. But that made me laugh. She said, I use those little grabby tongs, but it's still, in my opinion, it's kind of gross. I could see not wanting to touch the cricket with my bare hands. What about um what about gloves? What if you put gloves on? Is that better or worse? Yeti says watching from inside the holographic matrix simulation. Sick. Yeah, we got 14 thumbs. Sparkle said, I think girls who have good relationships with their dads have higher standards. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And same thing, same thing with boys. Like I feel like if you have a good role models, then you would, and also if your parents loved each other very much, I think that you would have higher standards for relationships in general. Yeah, for sure. Sparkle said, "Hey Eddie," and Yeti said, "Lisa peace sign." Dishy says, I don't know. I only I could use the gloves, but I don't know. I only go like once a year. Oh yeah, it's your friend's gecko. I forgot. I mean, I love the gecko. Ha 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 ha. And Dishy said, definitely your family would affect your standards. Sparkle says, I just offended my husband. Good. Fuck that. Sparkle said, geckos are really freaking cute though. LOL. Also, wait a minute. Sparkle, did you not have a good relationship with your dad? Is that why you have low standards? Is that why your husband is offended? He's offended because he thinks that you and your dad had a bad relationship. She said he is adorable, and I think he really has grown to like me. Yeti says my parents divorced when I was 10, and it sucked. I think people who have parents that get divorced when they're older, it fucks them up even more. I feel like honestly, like the younger they are, the better. And people who stay together for the kids are doing them a disservice. Sparkle says, I have major daddy issues. LOL. Mental Raccoon Glass is here. Yo, what's up? I watch your channel sometimes, I think. Emojis and emojis. Hearts and is that a peace offering? An olive branch? What is that and your emoji is doing? Sparkle said, Yeti, I'm sorry. And then Sparkle said, Hey Raccoon, LOL. Sparkle said those are either Swiss hearts or first aid hearts. Yeti says it's okay, just another victim. Over half of all marriages end in divorce in America. That's true, yeah. She says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Yeti. What sucks even more is when kids have older siblings that are all moved out, and they're the only one left with their when their parents get divorced." Yeti says the reason I've never been married is because over half of all marriages end in divorce, and that he's a victim. But Yeti, did you ever consider the fact that nobody wants to marry a fucking Yeti? Sparkle said, "Oh, did she?" Sparkle said, Yeti, you got to go to Home Depot and look for a woman who looks confused. Interesting. Dishy says, my parents are still together. This is my closest ever friend I've known since we were little. By the way, Yeti stands for YouTube Entertainment Trying It or YouTube Experimental Test Investigation. Sparkle says, sorry, Dishy, LOL. That's hard too. Hold up. Who's your closest friend, Dishy? Who's your closest friend that you've known since you were little? What are we talking about? Yeti doesn't. Yeti says Yeti stands for YouTube Entertainment Trying It or YouTube Experimental Test Investigation. You don't even know? Yeti, you don't even know? You don't even know what you are? Who? Why are we. Wait, no. Why are you talking about your friend since you were little? That's what I'm confused about. Why did you bring her up? I'm confused. Is somebody else typing? Are we not talking to Dishy? Sparkle says my BFF's parents decided to announce they were getting divorced right after she got engaged. LOL. Um, my sister announced that she was pregnant and also getting married. Um, it was like after my parents got divorced, but it was after after they said they were getting divorced, but it was before they actually signed the papers. It was like right in that little window where they were like separated, but they knew that they were getting divorced. But they just meant separated. Like she kicked my dad out of the house. It wasn't like a trial separation. It was like a separate before they get divorced situation. Yeti says it could be entertainment or an investigation. Dishy says her friend got the divorced parents in her last message. Okay. Sparkle says she announced she was pregnant and getting married at once. Yeah. Because you're supposed to like wait a little while before you. People who get pregnant are supposed to wait a little while because a lot of times the baby, if it is going to miscarry, it'll happen in those first couple months, and so people are supposed to wait to announce it past the stage where it's like more viable. And so I think that's what she did. I think she didn't tell her boyfriend, and then he like once she like found out that she actually was gonna have a baby and like that she was keeping it and shit, that um she told him, and then he was like, "Well, we have to get married now because he's Catholic." Pretty, I'm pretty. That's my theory. That's what I think happened. Dishy says, "Oh, that must have been a crazy time." OMG. Sparkle said, "What came first, the chicken or the egg?" Um, her boyfriend came first. Sparkle said, "Oh yeah," and Yeti says, "No kids that I know of." And Sparkle said, "Oh." Um, yeah. If she was having a baby, he would be the first person that she told, and then right away that would be his reaction. But they had been dating for a long time, so I kind of thought that they were going to get married anyway. Like they were dating for a pretty long time and living together for a while. Um, he was pretty cool back then. Actually, I liked him. Beefy dog. Did you know that he had 16 thumbs? Did you know that? Sparkle said, "LOL was." Yeah, he was pretty cool back then. Sparkle said, "You don't like him anymore?" LOL question mark. Not as much as I used to. Um, my sister also. They both changed when they had a kid. They became parents, and they were just not as cool anymore automatically. You know how it goes. Also, after they had their first kid, um, Within a year, they moved in with me. Her and her husband and the kid. We all live together. So, I mean, I did like 16 years living with my sister. Like I could do that again in a heartbeat, but like I had to live with him too, and you know, so I got to know him really well. We lived together. That's part of it also. I just like I got to actually really know him because we lived together. And then yeah, not as cool, but you know. Sparkle said, "LMAO, kids do that to people." And then she's laughing at me. Dishy says, "OMG, ha ha ha! The kids changed them. They have three, right? Yeah. Um. Yeah, they do. They got the oldest one, and then a couple of years later, they had a set of twins. So they have three kids now. Now the oldest one is in eighth grade, and the twins are sixth grade. They're all in middle school this year. They will be. I mean, starting in a couple of weeks." Sparkle said, "Did 16 years like a prison sentence?" Yep. Yeah. No, I love my sister to death, no matter what happens. Like I would live with her again in a heartbeat. I have no problem with that. And also the three kids, same thing. I love them to death. I could live with them in a heartbeat. Um, the husband, I would do it. That would feel like a prison sentence. I would do. I could do it though, because you know, got used to it. Like we got used to each other. I could do it if I had to. If something happened. Yeti said, "As soon as one of my friends has their first kid, I'm like, well, it was nice knowing you." Sparkle said, "Aw, LMAO." Um, I lived with I lived with them until it was like it was like 4 years, five no, it was like 6 years ish, almost maybe five. So the oldest one was like yeah 5 or 6 when they moved away, and then yeah the twins were like 3 or 4, something like that, maybe three. Um, I'm trying to count the years in my head though, but like yeah, no, I think it was actually a little bit less. I think it was like 4 years. Um, but I left. I moved away. I went to California, and for 6 months I lived in California, and I came back because grandma was like starting to go blind and needed like a lot more help, and grandma um, she was living alone for a while at that point because grandpa died like 4 or 5 years or 6 years before that. And then my grandpa on the other side of my family, he also was like getting too old. He couldn't live by himself anymore. So that was like pretty much why I moved back home. But then it was crazy how much like 6 months away from the kids, like the twins like were talking actual sentences, not good, but like full sentences, but like only like 3 or 4 words, but like still it was like so much better than when I left. It was crazy. Instead of just like they were barely speaking, like maybe one word at a time when I left, like mama, dada, goo goo, gaga, that type of shit. They could say my name. They knew who I was. They could say my name, but yeah, just like one word. Uh, Sparkle said, "The years start coming and they don't stop coming." Sparkle said, "Why did you live in California, by the way?" Yeti says rent is only $550, so I'm staying here in Kansas. And Sparkle said, "Damn, really, Yeti? That's unheard of here." Um, why did I live in California? My friend asked me to move out there with him because he had just like bought a house, so he had to set up the farm. It was like an abandoned farm for years and years, and so we like turned it back into a farm basically. It was one of those like step farms with levels, and but when we moved in, it was just like a big hill, and then we started like digging it out sort of, and it was like, oh, it's already like leveled off. Like it was pretty awesome. And then yeah, we put a fence up around the whole thing, and turned it into a farm. It was cool. I did a lot of illegal drugs. No further questions. Uh, my buddy, it was him and his baby. He was literally a baby. He was like 6 months or less, and also his baby mama. It was the three of them, and they lost their house in those big California fires. One of those big California fires. Yeah, they just lost everything, and so yeah, they got this new house. It was on top of a mountain, and it was rad, dude. It was rad. We were on top of a mountain. It took an hour to drive just to get to the bottom of the mountain, and then I forget what there was a city. Like once we got to the bottom of the mountain, there was like some stuff like a Walmart and um you know civilization. There was like restaurants and stuff. It was like real civilization. But like up on the mountain, all they had was like a convenience store, post office. Not even gas. Couldn't even get gas on the mountain. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, no. No, the gas station was at the bottom of the mountain, and then it was like a car wash and a dollar store, and then you had to go like you had to actually go like 5 or 10 minutes to get really to the city. But yeah, so yeah, up on the mountain with us, it was like, yeah, what did I say? A convenience store and a post office, and pretty much that's it. And a bar. There was a bar actually, a restaurant bar up the street. But the other side of the mountain, um, it would take us like 15, 20 minutes to get there from where we were on like up here on this side of the mountain. We'd have to like go down like a circle. You had to do circles or like a spiral down this mountain to get to the bottom of it, right? So so it was like took like 15, 20 minutes to get to the other side of the mountain, but it was a cult. That's my buddy called it. It's straight up just like a cult that lives there, like a hippie commune cult. And so he would always like he would always wave to them, right? When we had to drive by, he would wave to every single one of them. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, this is the cult that lives on my mountain. I'm not going to be like enemies with them. I need, they need to know if they ever see me, they need to know that like I live here." So yeah, I started waving to the cult. I was like, "Hey, cult, what's up? We're neighbors now." Sparkle said, "Is he growing stuff out there?" No, not anymore. Yeti said, "Cool." And Sparkle said, "A baby's no help on a farm." LMAO. Yeti says, "I've grown some green in my closet a few times." Huh. Sparkle said, "OMG, that's terrible." Yeti laughing. Yo, JJ Bay said, "Hey, I'm back." Sparkle said, "Hey, JJ," but it got translated to "Hey, hey." JJ Bay said, "Hey." Sparkle said, "Wow, I didn't know California had small towns like that." A cult. OMG, cool. I wonder when they'll be in a Netflix documentary. LOL. This was Northern California, by the way. Like I said, it took like an hour to get to the bottom of the mountain, and there was like a few stores once we got to the bottom of the mountain, like a gas station and like fucking what I say, like yeah, like a car wash and shit. Um, maybe like a dollar store, maybe like maybe a McDonald's, maybe not. Um, but then yeah, it was like 5 to 10 minutes to get to an actual to civilization. After that, once we got to the bottom of the mountain, it was like 5 or 10 minutes away from the city. Um, and then so yeah, it would be like, hey, do you want to drive into town? Oh, the casino was down there. We used to go there a lot. It's like, hey, you want to drive into town? And it's like, yeah, it's like an hour and 15 minutes away. Hey, you want to go in downtown, down to town? You going to go into town, dude? Our buddy, um, we had a buddy named Big Mike. Rest in peace. He he also lived on the same mountain as us. He lived like 10 or 15 minutes away, right? So he was coming over all the time. He left a giant bag of mushrooms, like um, the illegal kind, like the fun kind of mushrooms, like a garbage bag full of mushrooms, and he just brought it and he put it in the basement, and he was just like, he told my buddy, he was just like, yay, I'm just gonna keep this here. Like I just don't want to keep this in my house for reasons. So we're just gonna keep this here, and you can just have as much as you want. And that was like the fee, right? And so that was fun. Yeti says, once tried to invent a product called Metchup ketchup mustard combo. Sparkle said, mushrooms, the fun kind. OMG, a garbage bag. Jesus, LMAO. um, so there would be sometimes when my buddy and his wife and his baby would leave for days. Um, you know, as a family, they would go out and like visit somebody for their birthday, or go out and go to Pittsburgh. She was from Pittsburgh, so they would go out there and yada yada. So it would be me at home with just the dogs. Sparkle said, "quote unquote," keep this here for reasons. Laughing face, laughing face. Hey, beefy dog, did you know that you got 17 thumbs? Good job. Yeah, so there was sometimes where it was me at home with the dogs, and that's it. And he would pay me because I had to like do all the work on the farm. I had to like wake up at certain times, like water the plants at certain times, make sure the plants are okay, the crop, you know. It was a farm. So yeah, he would like pay me to stay home, and yeah, for pretty much like all the free drugs I want. But all I wanted was marijuana. That was, and there I just as much as I wanted, I can have as much as I want because it's California. It didn't matter. It was California. I was used to those New Jersey laws. Sparkle said, "Farm boy." Yeti said, "How did you come up with the name Stabworthy?" Oh, it's my last name. It's my actual name. Um, they used to leave for like a week at a time and go see a concert or two or four. Like they would go somewhere where there was going to be like two or three like nice concerts in a row. So they would stay for like a week or whatever. And they would bring their kid, and sometimes they would bring one of the dogs with them too, actually. But yeah, there was two dogs. There was one that was like more of a puppy. Um, so he stayed home with me every single time. But um, the older dog went with my buddy and his family sometimes. Sometimes it was just me and the. It was like a husky dog. He was really beautiful. He had bright blue eyes. His name was Azul. Um, but he actually his collar didn't say Azul. His collar had his old name on it, which was like Power Man or some shit. It was like some superhero name. So I used to call him by his superhero name a lot. I, Tanya says Tommy. Tommy said hi. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute here. Tanya, welcome in. You've never been here before. First thing you ever said was Tommy. Is that what does that mean? Sparkle said, "Hi Tanya," and okay, I have house cleaning and packing to do. LOL. Yeah, you better get to it. Hey, beefy dog, did you know that you have 18 thumbs? Can you believe that? Can you believe that, beefy dog? You can't even believe that. Sparkle said, I think she saw your pinned comment. LOL. Oh. The one that says hi, beefy dog. Said Tanya said Tommy hi. Okay, so yeah, for the sake of argument, let's just say Power Man was this dog's name. It might have even been Batman. Whatever. This was a long time ago, but he had this name on his collar, and um, like his license, not his collar, like his license that was on his collar. But my buddy changed his name to Azul. But I always said like somebody should be calling him by that name that's on his collar because if he ever gets loose, then the people are gonna if anybody gets a hold of him, that's the name they're gonna call him. It's right on his collar. Like if people are trying to like get him or if they do get him, they find him, that's the name that they're gonna call him. So he better know. And and I sort of got away with it. I'm trying to remember. I think it was like Power Man or Batman or something like that. Sparkle said, "Yes, I need to go get started. LMAO, bye. Have a good day. You have a good day. Why can't you do this while you're packing and cleaning? Why can't you just leave this on? Sounds like you're making excuses, Sparkle. Okay, bye." Sparkle said, "We've seen how good I am at multitasking." Well, you just put the phone down. Just don't touch it, and just leave it play. Just let it play for all the algorithm. Just let it play. Let it ride, Sparkle. Just put it down. Fuck, you can turn the volume off if you have to. If you're so compelled to answer and talk back with me about my shenanigans. She said, "I have no self control." LMAO. Wait, let me know if you're gonna leave the volume off or not, because that might help you out. But if you're gonna have the volume off, then I can talk smack about you behind your back. But if you are gonna have the volume on, then I can talk smack about you and you'll hear it. So whichever you prefer, I guess. No, she said, "Why would you do that when you know I'm here?" Yeah, no, good point. It's just the stuff that I say will be different if I know you're listening or not. Sparkle, was you here yesterday when Yeti said that I'm making him dizzy? And then I said, I think that means that he was in love with me, and then he left the room. Were you here for that? She said yes. Oh, good girl, beefy dog. Peed right on that grass. You did it. Hi, beefy dog. Mm. Beefy dog. Ready to go for this walk? We're gonna have to walk if we plan to drive out of here. Beefy dog. Hey, you know the rules. Sparkle said, I can always go back and check. Um, yes, lol. Wait, so are you going to leave the volume off or are you going to listen or are you going to leave the volume off? Because it'll be too much of a distraction. What are you going to do? What are you doing? What are you doing, Sparkle? I think it's just you and me. Yeti left again. I'm making him dizzy. Tanya wasn't even here. Volume low, but not off. Low volume. So I'm gonna have to scream at you. She said, "Go ahead." Volume low or volume off? Um, Sparkle. I wanted to tell you and Dashita a story. Actually, a really cute story about Beefy Dog. She left though. I was too busy talking about that weird girl on the internet. um, my landlady last night, she had her granddaughter over, who was like college age. She's like a freshman or a sophomore in college, and she had all her like friends over. Her like 19 and 18-year-old friends came over. Like there's like 10 of them. Um, uh, so eventually, when I got home from doing my thing, there was like a bunch of people and the cars were in the driveway. Um, then yeah, I came in with the dog and the granddaughter and one of her girlfriends were right there, and they were like, "Oh my god!" They started petting the dog, and then she was like, "This dog is proof that like the breed doesn't matter; it's the owners." And then I was just like, "Oh, a little bit heartbreaking," but I didn't. I even straight up, I was like, "I didn't raid this dog. She's like 8 or 9. I just adopted her last year." And then later on, the kid that I didn't know, like one of the girlfriends, her and another girl came out into the driveway, and it was like the same thing. They were like immediately were like petting the dog, and like she loves meeting people. She is really good with like kids too, and she loves meeting people. She's never been aggressive towards a person yet. I feel like if somebody was like charging at me, I feel like maybe she would like step in though, but she wouldn't like attack somebody just like on her own. Like in fact, like if somebody broke into my house to rob some shit, like she would just make a friend. Like what happened last night. There was two girls she didn't even know, right? And she just immediately they started petting her. Just when we walked in the door. Beefy dog, you're a good girl. Yeah, they said that, and I was like, yeah, I can't take credit for that. Huh. I wanted to, I wanted to tell that story to Deb. She usually comes in if I do a Sunday live stream. She's usually here. Um, but I'll just send her a text message. Beefy dog, come on. Where'd you go? Oh, good girl. She said, "Oh, exactly, Deborah. We'll love that story." I know. Dishy would have loved that story too. I meant to tell her, but then you were gone. That's what happened. That's what happened. She came in the room, and I was like, "Oh, I want to tell my cute story," and I was like, "Oh, but Lisa's gone now." And then yeah, when you came back, I was all knee deep inside that other YouTuber. We were getting deep with it, and then Dishy left. And I forgot what I was meant to do. It's my fault. I should have said something when you came back, or if Deb showed up, I would have said something. Um, but yeah, now you're the only one here now, and we're wrapping it up. So I'm losing my chance to tell this story to YouTube. I did want to tell this story to YouTube though. Beefy dog. Maybe I'll clip it. Oh, I don't know how to clip it. Maybe it's too late. Damn it. I forgot I could do that. Hey, Beefy dog. Come here. Thank you. That dog is barking? What are you doing? Keep walking with me. Come on. There's mushrooms all over, you guys. Just gotta be careful which ones you eat and which ones you don't eat, and you don't cook it well enough. You'll see the little people. Never forget. You gotta cook those mushrooms real good, or you see the little people. You're gonna see them little people. And they don't go away. When you close your eyes, the visions get even more intense. And it lasts for a whole week. You gotta cook those mushrooms. Dude, how do I clip myself? I know there's a way. Create highlight. 49 seconds. It goes back 49 seconds. Okay. What if I do it again? Let's see. At least 1 minute of short content is needed. I've been on for 2 hours. I have to wait because I clipped. Because I clipped already, I have to wait a whole nother at least a minute and then clip again. Huh. Um. Also, they brought me like a whole dinner, like a tray of food, and there was like a bottle of a bottle of peach iced tea and a bottle of orange Gatorade. There's like a whole two servings of drinks, and what else? Yeah, like a piece of steak and like a dinner roll and like potato salad and macaroni salad. Holy fucking whole tray of food. And then I was like, yeah, sorry, I'm in the middle of cooking my own dinner right now. I already cooked. Like I'm already doing it. Yeah. Good dog. Are we still here? What time is it? Oh, it's almost 1 p.m. All right. All right, guys. Been on for 2 hours plus, 2 hours and change. Um, we did our shout outs. Lost Lisa. Maybe I can invite some moderators in here. See what happens. Beefy dog. You can come this way with me. You can come with me. Oh, Beefy dog. What are you doing? What are you doing, Beefy dog? Come with me, Beefy dog. Here. Thank you. Good girl, Beefy dog. Good girl. Good girl. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. That's a family with a baby and a stroller. Good dog. Come on. Come on. Right after I called you a good dog, can you behave, please? Ooh. Ooh. Beefy dog. Good girl, Beefy dog. Yuck, 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 yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. Beefy dog. Let's go this way. That's what I think. All right, Beefy dog, come on with me. Good dog. Beefy dog. Come on. Come on. Come on, Beefy dog. Here. All right. Beefy dog. Are you thirsty, dog? Let's see if Beefy dog is a thirsty dog. There it is. You thirsty? Thirsty dog? Good girl. Good girl. Spray it down a little bit. Woo! Woo! Crawman. Crawman is here. Okay, Crawman. Siong03 said a word that's unpronounceable, and the translator also don't know what to do with it. She's thirsty again. Thirsty, beefy dog? Here's some water. No water for you? I'm gonna have a little bit. You're a good girl. Leanne said hi. I'm from UK. We are in USA, New Jersey, the southern part of New Jersey. It's really good to have you here. Are you thirsty, beefy dog? Okay, I'll turn the water back on. It's over here. It's over here. You don't gonna drink mud off the ground. Here's some fresh water. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You gonna have some more? I might have some more. All right, that's it for us. Come here, beefy dog. Come here. Look at this leash. You're walking. You're walking on your own leash. Here we go. Let's hang out back here in the shade for a second. There's a big glare on my cell phone. I can barely even see the screen. Um, Leanne said he's cute. What type of dog is she? Um, she is just some kind of street dog. She's a mix. I took her to the vet and the veterinarian's office, and they just said she's a mix. So that's all, what's on her paper. Her name is Beefy Dog. Oh, excuse me. Thanks for answering the question of the day, which is where are you watching from? Um, Leanne says, I got a cat. She loves that. Yeah, she likes rolling around in the grass. That's like a new thing. I've had her for about a year. Um, and yeah, she just started doing this like a month ago. She just started doing this last month. Um, I don't know what's up with that. Leanne says Kaya is, or Kia, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. 5 years old. Is that your cat? Is Kia the cat? Don't just say yes or no. Say Kia is or is not the cat. Kia was, wait, was she a rescue dog? Wait a minute. This dog was rescued in 2017, but I adopted her last year. And yeah, she was found on the streets. Leanne said yes, just the word yes with no context at all. I'm not sure what you're talking about when you just say yes. Sorry. Yes, cool. This dog was found on the streets by somebody, and then the Humane Society for Atlantic City. Um, they spayed her and they put a chip inside of her and they gave her a tattoo on her ear. And then my buddy's mom adopted her, 2017. And then last year, my buddy's mom couldn't keep her anymore, so then I adopted her. I already knew her. We were already friends. She was friends with my dog. My dog passed away about 2 years ago. So yeah, my dog had passed away, and so I adopted this one. Leanne says her name's Kia the cat. Well, if you would like to subscribe, you can subscribe, wait 24 hours, and then you can post on my community page. I don't know if you are familiar with community page, but once somebody has a certain amount of viewers, they on YouTube they get a community page, and that means I they can post. They can just make posts like pictures and texts, no videos, and then also other people can post stuff on the community page too. But you have to wait 24 hours before you can. But on my community page, you'll see a bunch of pictures of pets, and that's what I like. I like people to post pictures of their dogs. I want to know the name of the dog and the breed of the dog, and if you have a cat or a lizard or whatever, that's okay too. You can post pictures of all your pets, but especially if you have a dog, it's encouraged. Leanne said, "I just subscribed. Hooray! We'll come back sometime." You gotta wait one day, and then you can post a picture of your pet on my community page. Meanwhile, you can keep watching. Hey, we got 20 thumbs. Good job, beefy dog. We got 20 thumbs. Good girl. Let me just want to show you this. Her her license. Well, this is her license, and yeah, this is her ID tag. It says, "If I'm lost, please call." And then you got to rip this piece of paper off. So my phone number's under there. I don't need my phone number blasted all over YouTube every day I go live. About like somebody said that one time. They're like, "Hey, is that your phone number?" And I was like, "Oh, I gotta fix that." Leanne1618 said, Kia's a tortoiseshell cat. Oh, I'm new to this. Cool. I'm 46. You? I'm glad you're above 18 because that's one of my rules. You can't be under 18. I'm 39. We've been live streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes at this point. I think we took a lot of breaks and sat down, but I think we almost walked a mile. Almost. She's pretty old. I don't want to push her, but at this point, like we do have to walk back to the car. we we're gonna have to do some walking to get back to the car at least. My name is Stabworthy. Welcome in. This is what I do in the live streams. I walk the dog. Um, Sometimes I put together Lego sets on the live stream, but more 99% of the time it's me walking this dog. And then even when I do Legos, you could see her napping in the background. um, so yeah, the live streams are pretty much all about her, and then the rest of my channel is not. The rest of my channel is music. I have a lot of music videos of my band. And most of the shorts that I create are songs, but they're shorter songs. So I just post them as shorts. And then I do have a couple shorts that are like clipped from my live streams. So some of my shorts have the dog in them. I'm not Tommy. I'm stabworthy. Tommy Bricks is one of my viewers. That message at the bottom is a pinned comment. Here, watch this. I'm gonna pin your message right now. Look now your message is down there. It says Leanne. Aw, because that was the message that I pinned. So before that message was from Tommy Bricks. Actually, so what I've just done now is I've scrolled back to an old message that was earlier in the chat room, and I pinned a comment from Rebellion Ant 2283 because that was one of my viewers. Tommy Bricks is one of my viewers. I'm not Tommy. You see what I've done there? See, look, Rebellion Ant. She is the message that's pinned at the bottom of the screen now. Because I scrolled back in the chat. I scrolled behind in the chat, and I went back and found that message that Rebellion Ant had put down in the chat box earlier in the live stream. That's what I've done. All right, so Leanne, if you're still here, you told me that you've subscribed now. Thank you for doing that. You can double tap the center of the screen, and that will give us a thumbs up for this particular live stream. And we'll have um, uh, so yeah. Now that you've subscribed, you will get notifications, and every time that I do a live stream, you'll get a little notification on your phone that says, "Hey, YouTube_stabworthy is doing a live stream right now," and then you can hit play, and then you'll join, or you can do watch later, and then you can watch it later, and that still helps me with my algorithm. YouTube still counts it as a view if you go back and watch the old live streams. Um, and then one thing that does happen is that if you ignore it or you say you're going to watch it later, and then you don't, like if you stop coming to my live streams, if you do that enough times in a row, it will stop notifying you, even though you have not gone in and changed the settings yourself. Because you could do that. You could go in and turn off the notifications, or make it so that you only get notified when I do a short video or a music video or something like that. You can mess around with the settings and the notifications. But like I said, if you start to ignore those notifications and you stop coming to my live streams, then it will take it upon itself to stop notifying you. Leanne said, "Do you have kids?" Huh, well, maybe running around out there somewhere in the world. Maybe not. Maybe. I've seen a picture of this kid, and he did kind of look like me, but like, he just looked like. Also, he sort of looked like his mom a lot too, but like, um, I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's my kid. She never said anything to me about it. I just know that like 9 months after we hooked up, she had a kid, but it might not be mine. She could have been already pregnant. Um, anyway, I saw a picture of that kid when he was like maybe like 8 years old, and it did look like me, but like dirty blonde hair and kind of like a chubby face, but like I don't know, all white kids kind of look the same, you know. Look, his mom also has dirty blonde hair and like a round face. Leanne says I don't have any. Leanne, 45 years old from the UK. Actually, I know some people in the UK. If you keep coming around to my live streams, you'll meet some people from the UK. Leanne1618 says you married 46. I'm 39. I'm not married. Never been married. Never been to prison. I no kids as far as I know, and I still have all of my own teeth and hair. Beefy dog, you ready to take a walk now? She's ready. Leanne said, "I've never been to prison, and that's good about your teeth." Oh, thank you. We're wrapping it up. I'm down to 10% battery. I'm walking towards the car now. I mean, we've been live streaming for 2 hours and 49 minutes. So, uh, I mean, I'm pretty sure we've walked a mile. It's been almost 3 hours for God's sakes. Hopefully, we walked a mile. We go slow motion. Beefy dog likes to stick her face in every single bush. Are you gonna pee on that too? Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Beefy dog. Come on. Sparkle said, "I'm still here. I finished mopping." Ooh, Leanne said, "I got a few teeth that are broken." Oh, okay. Take care. Hope to see you soon. Yeah, well, we're not done yet, but we are wrapping it up. I'm walking towards the car now. Yeah. Oh, damn. I'm on 1% battery. Bye, everybody.